Saint Prokopios the Confessor of Decapolis, February 27th. A monk in Decapolis fearlessly defends the veneration of holy icons against imperial persecution, enduring torture and imprisonment for his unwavering Orthodox faith. A heads up in the spirit of transparency. Please be advised that this content may include persecution, torture, imprisonment. Saint Prokopios lived in the 8th century, a time when the Church faced significant challenges to its ancient practices and theological understanding. He chose the path of monasticism, dedicating his life to God in the region of Decapolis, an area known for its historical significance and spiritual heritage, located east of the Sea of Galilee. In his monastic dwelling, Prokopios cultivated an ascetic life, striving for purity of heart and ceaseless prayer. His days were marked by spiritual labors, seeking to conform his will to the divine will through fasting, vigil, and humble service. He sought not the praise of men, but quiet communion with God, preparing himself for whatever trials might come. The tranquility of monastic life, however, was soon disturbed by a profound theological dispute that swept across the Byzantine Empire, the iconoclast controversy. This period saw Emperor Leo III, the Isaurian, ascend to power, initiating a campaign against the veneration of holy icons. The emperor and his adherents taught that the honoring of images of Christ, the Theotokos, and the saints constituted idolatry, a grave sin against God. This teaching sought to dismantle a practice deeply embedded in Orthodox piety and theology, misunderstanding the true nature of icon veneration. The iconoclasts ordered the destruction of icons and persecuted those who upheld the traditional understanding. In the face of this widespread error and imperial decree, Saint Prokopios did not remain silent. He understood that the veneration of icons was not merely a custom, but a profound expression of the incarnation of Christ. To deny the possibility of depicting Christ in his human form was, in essence, to deny that God truly became man. Icons served as visible reminders of the saints, drawing the faithful into communion with the prototypes they represented, not as idols to be worshipped in themselves. Prokopios, alongside his spiritual brother, Saint Basil the Confessor, rose to defend this truth. They spoke with clarity and conviction, explaining that the honor shown to the icon passes to the person depicted, and that the material of the icon is not worshipped, but rather the grace of God that shines through the saint. They articulated the theological foundations of icon veneration, emphasizing that through icons, the spiritual realm is made manifest, offering a tangible link to the heavenly kingdom. Their bold confession of the Orthodox faith was met with the wrath of the imperial authorities. Saint Prokopios was arrested. He was brought before officials who sought to compel him to renounce the veneration of icons and embrace the iconoclast heresy. During his interrogation, Prokopios remained steadfast. He did not waver in his witness to the truth, even when threatened with severe punishment. His words were a clear testimony to the unbroken tradition of the Church and the reality of the Incarnation. The interrogators, unable to break his resolve through questioning, resorted to physical torment. Saint Prokopios was subjected to cruel tortures. His body was scourged, enduring many blows. Iron claws were used to scrape his flesh, causing him great pain. Yet through these sufferings, he maintained his confession of faith. He bore the marks of Christ's passion on his own body, offering his suffering as a sacrifice to God. His endurance demonstrated the strength that comes from unwavering faith and commitment to truth. After the torture, Saint Prokopios was cast into prison. There, he languished with other confessors of the Orthodox faith, men and women who, like him, had refused to compromise their beliefs. The confines of the prison did not diminish his spirit. Instead, it became a place for his continued ascetic struggles, where he could offer prayers and intercessions for the Church and for those who persecuted it. He remained imprisoned for a significant period, enduring the hardships of confinement until the death of Emperor Leo III brought a temporary cessation to the fiercest waves of persecution. Upon his release from prison, Saint Prokopios returned to his monastic habitation. He did not seek worldly acclaim or comfort, but resumed his life of prayer and asceticism. The physical scars of his torture remained, but they were outward signs of an inward victory, a testament to his faithfulness. He spent the remainder of his days in quiet spiritual labor, continuing to grow in holiness until he reposed peacefully in the Lord. His life stands as an example of steadfastness in faith, a witness to the truth of Orthodox theology, and a reminder of the spiritual strength granted to those who confess Christ without compromise. He is remembered on February 27th, honored by the Church as a confessor, one who bore witness to Christ through suffering, yet without shedding his blood in martyrdom. His memory serves to strengthen the faithful in times of trial and to uphold the veneration of holy icons as a sacred and salvific practice.